This is Andrew from Visions TV Online, and I'm here with Derek from Gospel Hydrations. What is going on, my brother? You right?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm happy to be here on Visions TV. And just looking forward to this interview.
Okay. So tell me more about Gospel Hydration for those that don't know about your platform and what you do and etc.
Okay, so Gospel Hydration is an online Christian digital platform for music and entertainment. So what we're trying to do is really bring a new, refreshing vibe to the Christian music scene. So that ranges from hip-hop, R&B, to even deep house and Afro beats.
Okay, yeah. Wow, that sounds like a lot of genres of music, right?
Yeah.
So, and how long did it take you to get where you are? Because it seems like you've got a lot of subscribers. What, 96,000 followers?
Yeah, 96,000 subscribers, just hitting there now. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's quite big. So we've only been around for 3 years now.
Okay.
But we saw our most growth last year. So the beginning of last year, it just took it rocketed. Yeah. So we've done nearly 90,000 subscribers within 1 year, which was huge.
Yeah.
And I think the first couple of years it took to get the 10,000 first, and then from 10,000 it just went crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does it work? Because for people just getting the music out there, especially artists, and they struggle to get their numbers and followers and subscribers, and what advice do you give to them? What would you give to them?
I'd say find platforms, because like Gospel Hydration, we are a platform where we showcase a lot of Christian music, a lot of the up and coming genres which are coming out. Yeah. But we really want to just push it and get it as far as it can get to. But obviously it takes a lot of effort and skill from the artists as well. So we just put on music which we think is good, and that we feel that is on a good quality level as well.
Yeah.
Which is important, because we want to change the perception that Christian music is not as good as secular or mainstream music. We want to kind of debunk that myth completely. Yeah. So our focus really is to showcase and get Christian music heard, yeah, which is good, if you know what I mean, and stop Christians feeling a bit demoralized because they're not getting their music heard. Just because they're Christians. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to know a bit more about you. So what do you do outside the Gospel Hydration platform?
So Gospel Hydration I actually do full time now. So
okay.
Yeah, so I'm fully in on Gospel Hydration, and I only took that step the beginning of last year.
Yeah.
So that was January. I felt a leading to really push and really go full into it, because I was taking on the scriptures where it says, "Give yourself wholly to your gifting." Right. So I was just if I really believe in this, and this is really what God's given me to really push forward and really help the scene, then why not give my all to it? So I just thought, God will provide and support me as I do this and then go on this journey, and He has. So it's been something where I've just given my full into it and really worked hard to really push and help support artists.
Wow. So I think we had a conversation, and it's one. I think we must have come in from a meeting, and the meeting finished, and then everyone's gone home.
Yeah.
And we was standing outside, having a big conversation, and then we ended up in our car.
Yeah.
And then we was going up there, we was going on to about 11, coming up to 12 or something.
Yeah, it was long.
But something that kind of resonated to me, that you actually have a testimony.
Yeah,
so you're going to tell me about that.
So how Gospel Hydration actually started was there's a testimony, but there's a testimony behind it as well.
Yeah.
So I would say maybe when I turned 18 is when I actually came to Christ, and that was, I think, about 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
And that's when I really started on this journey. And what's always been in my heart is to start a media platform, but I was always kind of changing between. I didn't really know what I wanted to do it around. And I remember one New Year's Eve that I went to church, one of my youth pastors came to me and he prophesied to me and he said, you're going to run a Christian music platform or something. And this was in 2008. Yeah, 2008, where I was around about 18. Yeah. And from then I didn't really take it too seriously, and I tried so many different other things, and it took years and years and years. And then in 2014, my mum actually passed away of cancer as well. Wow. And that really like kind of sent me into a place where I was thinking, Lord, like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Like, I don't feel like I have a purpose, or I don't feel like I have anything that I'm doing which is actually significant. Yeah. And I think during that year that my mum, like after my mum had passed away, I was really in a dark place, and I was really thinking, I was going to church every Sunday, but everyone was worshiping, praising God, and I was thinking, I don't have anything to be thankful for, because I lost like the person who was the closest to me. Yeah. And during that time, I really just felt, I was just like, God, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what you want me to do. And I was just living passively, if you know what I mean. I wasn't really an active Christian. I was just doing everything for the sake of it. So I was still going to church, but I wasn't really in the congregation. I wasn't really with them in the services when everyone was praying and worshiping. Yeah. I was like, why am I praising and worshiping? Like, I don't have anything to praise and worship for. And then the next year came, and it's so crazy how things like just turn around. What happened was I developed like, I was becoming a bit ill, and I was thinking, what's going on like with my body? I felt a bit like I was losing strength in my body. I went to the doctors, went to the hospital, and they found a lump on my neck. And what's crazy is that like they was like, oh, it's nothing, like we're not sure what it was. And I went for a scan, they didn't pick up anything. Done blood tests, didn't pick up anything. And then they done a biopsy of it, and they found out that it was cancer as well. And that was just crazy to me. I was just like, and when they told me like the cancer, they said it's stage 4. And with stage 4 cancer, that's really like, it's one of the late stages. So it's like, they said that hardly anyone would get through it. And so I was just like, during that time, I was just like, Lord, like, I felt like my life was just finished, you know what I mean? And I was just like, okay, Lord, like, let's do a deal. If like, I'm given 1 more year on this earth, 2 more years on the earth, what do you want me to do that I can do for you, which will kind of bring significance to, like, to give you praise, but also to help me feel like I have a purpose. And I think during that time, during the time I was going through treatments, chemotherapy and everything, I was really just, I was really just like kind of leaning on God. And I think that's when I became even closer to God. I felt that it was a really lonely path going through that, but because it felt that no one could really get where I'm feeling, what I'm feeling, and really understand what I was feeling, because I lost my mum the year before, and my only experience with cancer was death. So I was thinking, I just lost most of my hope, but I was just like, Lord, I'm just going to rest on you. That I have nothing. I'm just going to rest on you. And I think like it's I don't believe that things happen to you for like, obviously, like, God forbid anything happens like that to anyone, but I felt that during that time God really broke me down and really brought me to him, and I was able to be like closest to him that I ever been in my entire life. And people around you saying, oh, hope you're right, hope you're good, because I really had to find my faith and find where my faith held in God, if you know what I mean. I couldn't rest on my pastor's faith. I couldn't rest on any of my friends' prayers, or faith. It was really like just me and my connection to God. I even spoke to one pastor, and he was just. I spoke to him because I was thinking I was going to receive like words of encouragement and faith, and he was just like, "Oh, you just have to deal with like what you're going through," and it was very. It wasn't really motivating or really filled with faith, the words that he was speaking to me. Yeah. And that really discouraged me, because I was thinking, you're meant to be the pastor and you're talking to me, and it's like your words are not filled with faith to help me get through what I'm going through. Yeah. So during that time I was just like, God, it's just me and you. Like, it's no one else can do anything for me. It's only me and you. So while I was going through that treatment, I think I went through 6 cycles, so that's 6 months of treatment. And the first month, I went through the chemotherapy, and the results came back, and they was like to me, they were kind of shocked in their souls. They was like all the cancer's gone from your body, like, and there was no sign of the cancer, and I was just like, I just cried, because I was just like, this is crazy. Like, I was already like thinking in my head, I was preparing, like, not preparing like if I had like 1 more year or 2 more years, but I was really thinking, oh, Lord, I'm just going to do whatever I'm doing for you. And if my life's cut short, it's cut short. And that really kind of motivated me and boosted me and encouraged me. Yeah. And like during that time, during one of the treatments, I remember going through one of the CT machines, and on the ceiling you have like there was a painting, and it was all water and different colours and everything, and it was just, to me, what was coming into my head was refreshing and just rest. And the refreshing like led me to think about hydration and feeling hydrated, and that's where I was just like, Lord, like, what do you want me to do? And what came straight to my head was like a media platform. But I was like, let me support Christian artists, and let me support, because that's where I felt my heart was going. And the words came to me, hydration. And I was like, let me just call this Gospel Hydration. So I started up the YouTube channel while I was in treatment, and I think I had a few songs on there. And I left it for a bit while I was on treatment, and within like, I came back to it after about a month, because I didn't post anything for a month, and I saw 1,000 subscribers, and I was like, I've only got 4 videos on there. How have I got 1,000 subscribers? Wow. And I was like, yeah, this is a sign that this is something where, God, this is what you want me to do. Yeah. So I just went fully into it and just really pushed it, and I was just like, yeah, this is something that's needed. There's a space for it, but also it's something where God has given me, and it's something where it only can grow like that if it's God behind it. Yeah, if you know what I mean. People were asking me, what's the secret, what's all of this, and I was like, honestly, it's God. And I hate giving them sort of reasons, because it's just so like cliche. Everyone's like, oh, it's God, but it literally was God, like nothing else, that really pushed that. And I was just like, let me put my all into it, and that's how it's got to where it's got to. So the name Gospel Hydration came from that tough season, but all I was thinking in my head was refreshing and being refreshed as well myself from like God. So that's Gospel Hydration.
Oh man, that is amazing, man.
Yes,
that's amazing testimony. And you know what, when God's given you something and He's planted it in you, you just got to follow it through. And it's amazing to hear that, how you actually kind of trusted in God through that journey, and kind of just gave it up to Him, because you could have said, "No, what, my time is now." Yeah, you could have said that my time is now, and didn't even give any reference to God during the stage 4 of your cancer. Yeah, but you just because you says, "No, what, God, I'm going to give it all to you." That's amazing, and it's just to see God work within you. And I just pray that God just like kind of takes you from strength to strength.
Amen. Thank you.
And just keep on building your platform, because yes, your platform is needed, but you and your testimony is needed. And I pray that when this video comes out, that it just kind of edifies and just kind of changes people's lives to just kind of keep on striving for God.
Amen.
Keep on doing it for God, because all things is possible.
Amen.
You understand?
100%.
So, yeah, man. So what's the next steps for Gospel Hydration?
Okay, so with Gospel Hydration, what we've been thinking about is how to really grow and really support artists even more. So what we're actually working on now is actually building the label. So we've set up the label now, and we're just on track to signing our first artist, which is which is really good.
Can we get a sneak peek on who that is?
No, we can't tell you right now.
What?
But you'll see soon. Yeah.
Okay.
But she's an amazing artist.
Amazing artist.
Yeah.
So it's a she. It's a she. Okay.
That's all you're getting.
All right. Okay. Cool.
So that's gonna be good. So we're working on the label side, because we feel that, as well as like just being a platform for hosting artists, one thing which we want to do as well, that even though we're posting quality Christian music, we would like to be involved in the actual creation side of creating even more quality music and getting it even further. So we have the platform now, so it's just being able to be on the side where we can actually help develop artist crafts as well. So really just invest into like a few artists and push them up even further. So that's what we're trying to do right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is it that Gospel Hydration needs?
That's an interesting question. I would say right now, what we need is, our focus really is to just build the audience. So that our audience size is growing, which is good. So we're trying to like really just grow and grow and grow. So most of the time, we're putting more investment into like ads and marketing more than anything else, because we already have contents there, like that's fine, but it's now getting it in front of more people. So like doing collaborations with like Visions TV and things are really helpful to actually help grow that, because it helps us be seen by more people as well. So it's really just focusing on the marketing and advertising side. That's important. Cool.
Yeah, man. Derek, thank you for coming down to Visions.
No, I'm happy to come down to Visions.
Yeah, man. And you know what? I'm sure we're going to be working very closely together 100%. In the near future. Yeah. And I pray that everything just goes to God's plan.
Amen.
All right?
Yeah. Derek. Thank you.
Where can we find you, actually? Where can we... we need to get those handles up in there, no?
So all the handles for my platform is Gospel Hydration. So you can just type that in on any of the platforms: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. YouTube's our biggest, so you can go there. But also we've got www.gospelhydration.com. But also my personal platform, like is Derek the Blogger at Instagram. So you can find me there.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Take care.
You too.